Have you ever woken up in the dead of night, between 3 and 5 in the morning, and felt your mind buzzing while the world outside sleeps? That moment when the silence is absolute, and yet your thoughts won't let you rest. Most people panic, they reach for their phones, they scroll, they distract themselves. But what if I told you that this very hour, this quiet, unclaimed time, is one of the most powerful moments of your life? What if I told you that the thoughts you have right now, the feelings that rise when the world is asleep, are whispers of your potential, clues to the life you've been waiting to live? In these hours, the noise of daily life has no power over you. There is no one telling you who to be, no urgent emails, no distractions demanding your attention. All that exists is you and the stillness, and in that space, clarity begins to bloom. The mind, unshaken by the chaos of the day, starts to reveal what truly matters. It is a time when fears surface, yes, but also when dreams whisper their loudest. It is a sacred interval where possibility and courage meet. And those who learn to step into it, those who choose to stay awake not just in body, but in mind, discover something extraordinary. They can shape their life in ways the sleeping world can't even imagine. Imagine standing at the edge of this quiet hour, fully awake, fully aware, and knowing that every thought you have, every decision you make in these minutes, can ripple outward, creating momentum that carries through your entire day. This isn't just early rising, it's early rising with purpose. It's the chance to face yourself, to confront what holds you back, and to open a door to transformation while the rest of the world is still dreaming. In these hours, your mind is not tired. It is alert. It is hungry for insight. It is ready to guide you toward courage, toward clarity, toward action that matters. You might feel resistance. You might feel anxiety at the thought of being alone with your own mind, but here's the truth. That resistance is the gateway. It is the signal that you are stepping into growth. Every person who has changed their life, every person who has built greatness, has spent moments like this, hours where the world was quiet, and they decided not to hide from themselves. They embraced the stillness. They listened. They acted. And their lives began to shift in ways that seemed impossible to those still sleeping. And that is exactly why this moment is worth your full attention. Because if you allow these hours to pass without consciousness, without intention, you remain trapped in the patterns of yesterday. But if you wake fully, embrace the silence, and take the first deliberate steps toward clarity and purpose, you unlock a power few ever experience. You step into a rhythm that fuels your confidence, sharpens your mind, and ignites your inner drive. This hour is not an interruption. It is an invitation to see yourself as capable, to see your potential as real, and to feel the undeniable thrill of being awake while the world still sleeps. And by the end of this journey, you will not only know what to do in these hours, you will feel it. You will feel the strength, the courage, the clarity, and the unshakable certainty that the life you dream of is already within reach, waiting for you to rise and claim it. Right now in this stillness, your mind is a blank canvas, waiting for you to bring clarity and purpose to every thought. Most people wake up in panic, their brains flooded with tasks, regrets, and worries. But you have the chance to break that cycle. You can step into a different rhythm, one that doesn't react, one that creates. Awareness is the first act of true power. It is the choice to watch your thoughts without judgment, to notice the fears, the doubts, the desires that rise in the quiet, and to meet them with calm, steady attention. Awareness isn't passive. It is a declaration that you will not be swept along by the currents of habit and fear. You are awake in body, mind, and spirit, and that awareness is your most powerful ally. Take a deep breath and feel the weight of this moment. You are not the person you were yesterday, not fully. You are evolving. You are standing in a space where possibility outweighs limitation, where the voice of your potential is louder than the echoes of your past mistakes. In these hours, the brain is highly receptive. Your intuition is heightened. Solutions you have sought for months, answers that seemed out of reach during the chaos of the day, appear clearer, simpler, more tangible. This is not coincidence. It is biology and psychology working in your favor. The quiet of 3 and 4 in the morning is a laboratory for transformation. Your mind is alive, flexible, and ready to be directed toward what you truly desire. Notice how easy it is to get lost in autopilot during the day. Tasks, distractions, noise, other people's expectations, they drain your energy and fragment your focus. Here, in this silence, you can reclaim control, you can observe your mental landscape without interference, and in doing so, you regain mastery over it. You see the thoughts that limit you. You notice the patterns that keep you small. And most importantly, you realize that these are not fixed. They are temporary. They are mutable. You can choose to respond differently. You can choose to act from clarity instead of reaction. This kind of awareness is transformative because it fuels courage. Courage does not come from the absence of fear. It comes from noticing fear, naming it, understanding it, and then deciding to move anyway. Every thought you examine, every belief you confront in these quiet hours strengthens a neural pathway in your brain that leads to resilience, decisiveness, and confidence. You are training your mind to see possibility where others see obstacle. You are teaching yourself to act with intention when most people act unconsciously, and the emotional reward of this practice is immediate. With awareness, you gain the power to choose your focus. You gain the ability to step into calm rather than chaos. You gain clarity in a world that thrives on distraction. The peace you feel now is not temporary. It is the foundation for the life you are building. By standing fully awake in this hour, by consciously observing your mind, you are giving yourself the greatest gift, the certainty that you can control your inner world. Even before the outer world demands anything from you, you are claiming the quiet as your own, and in doing so, you step closer to the person you are meant to become. Now, take a moment to look closely at your thoughts. What is rising to the surface in this stillness? Are there fears, doubts, or insecurities holding you back? Naming them is not a weakness. It is the first step toward mastering them. Every thought that once felt uncontrollable can be observed, understood, and transformed. Your mind is not a prison. It is a tool, sharper and more powerful than you realize. When you learn to own your mind, you stop reacting to life. You stop being swept away by old patterns, by uncertainty, by anxiety. Instead, you begin to choose. Every thought, every action, every moment becomes deliberate, guided by your intention, not your past or your fears. Imagine the strength that comes from seeing your mind clearly. Fear no longer whispers in the shadows to control your choices. Doubt no longer paralyzes your action. Every idea, every impulse, every spark of inspiration that rises in these quiet hours can be examined, refined, and put to work. This is how confidence is built, quietly but relentlessly. The world rewards those who act with clarity, who decide before circumstances force them to. And here you are, awake in a sacred window of time where your mind is alert, untainted by distractions, and ready to serve you rather than control you. Control over your mind is not about perfection, it is about presence. It is about noticing when you are drifting into old habits, recognizing when your thoughts are steering you away from growth, and gently, firmly returning to the course of intention. This practice rewires your brain. It trains your nervous system to respond with resilience instead of fear. It strengthens the pathways that lead to courage, creativity, and decisiveness. And the deeper you go, the more natural it becomes to face challenges, to take risks, to pursue goals that once seemed impossible. The emotional impact of mastering your mind in this quiet hour is profound. You gain clarity in a world that thrives on confusion. You gain confidence in a life that often demands compliance. You gain freedom, the freedom to act with purpose, the freedom to rise above limitation, and the freedom to step into the life you have imagined without waiting for anyone's permission. Awareness is not passive. It is a declaration that you are awake, that you are capable, and that you will not let your mind dictate your limits. You are reclaiming control over your life, starting with the most powerful tool you own, your own mind. And as this awareness deepens, you begin to notice the subtle shifts inside you. Your energy feels steadier. Your focus feels sharper. Your intuition speaks louder, guiding you toward actions that align with your deepest values and desires. The quiet of the early morning is no longer empty. It is alive with possibility. Every breath you take, every thought you observe, is a step toward becoming the person you were meant to be. The courage, the clarity, the drive you are cultivating now will ripple outward, transforming not just your day, but the trajectory of your life. You are learning that owning your mind is the ultimate power, the gateway to strength, purpose, and transformation. And in this stillness, you realize something profound. The world may still be asleep, but you are already moving. You are already creating. You are already stepping into a life that most only dream of. Every conscious thought, every moment of clarity, every decision made with awareness is a victory, a signal to your future self that you will not settle, you will not wait, and you will not be stopped. You are awake, aware, and unstoppable. Now let yourself sink deeper into the stillness and feel the immense power of gratitude. In this quiet hour, your mind is clear, your heart is open, and every breath carries the potential to transform how you experience life. Gratitude is not a mere habit or a polite reflection. It is a force that rewires your brain, reshapes your emotions, and ignites a surge of energy within you. When you intentionally focus on what you already have, the fear and scarcity that often control your mind begin to dissolve. You begin to see life not as a series of problems or obstacles, but as a field of opportunities waiting for your action, waiting for your courage, waiting for your recognition. Start by noticing the simplest things, the rhythm of your breathing, the warmth of your bed, the faint glow of the world outside. Each detail is a reminder that life is not neutral. It is alive, present, and offering you this very moment to grow, to rise, to claim what you deserve. When you allow yourself to fully feel gratitude, your perspective shifts. The brain releases dopamine and serotonin, your energy levels increase, and your motivation becomes unstoppable. Gratitude is not passive. It is active. It is a declaration that you see value, that you acknowledge strength, that you recognize the potential in yourself and the world around you. Think about how much of your life has been spent chasing what you do not have. Now imagine reversing that. Imagine starting each day by focusing on what already nourishes you, what already supports you, what already lights the way. This is not denial of struggle. It is empowerment. By beginning in gratitude, you anchor yourself in a foundation that cannot be shaken by circumstances, criticism, or doubt. You are telling yourself silently but powerfully that you are equipped, you are worthy, and you are ready. This small act, done consistently, creates a ripple effect that touches every decision, every interaction, every goal. As you allow gratitude to fill your mind, you also create space for inspiration. The quiet hours become fertile ground for clarity, creativity, and insight. Your goals, once clouded by anxiety or self-doubt, become sharper, more vivid, more achievable. The energy you generate in these moments is not fleeting. It compounds, building momentum that carries you forward long after the world wakes. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into fuel for extraordinary action. It shifts your inner dialogue from limitation to possibility, from hesitation to courage, from fear to unwavering belief in yourself. Feel the emotional weight of this practice. Gratitude is the bridge between who you are and who you are becoming. It reminds you that despite challenges, setbacks, or uncertainty, you have within you the tools to act, to decide, and to rise. It strengthens resilience, sharpens focus, and awakens a deep, unshakable confidence. By embracing gratitude now in this sacred window of early morning stillness, you are claiming control over your day, your mind, and your life. You are transforming quiet moments into powerful catalysts for change. This is why waking up during these hours is not a curse. It is a gift. The world is asleep, and you are wide awake, cultivating clarity, energy, and focus through the simple, potent act of gratitude. Every thought of appreciation, every recognition of what is already present becomes a spark of momentum. You are no longer a passive observer of life, you are an active creator. And the strength, the clarity, and the confidence you build here will follow you into every moment of the day, propelling you toward the life you have always imagined and are now fully capable of achieving. Now, take that clarity and gratitude and let it pour onto the page. Journaling is more than words. It is a mirror that reflects the truth of your mind, a tool that turns scattered thoughts into structured insight. When you write in these quiet hours, you are giving form to your intentions, strength to your goals, and voice to your dreams. Every fear, every doubt, every spark of hope that rises in the stillness can be captured, examined, and transformed. Writing is not a task. It is an act of liberation. It allows your mind to release the chaos, to untangle the knots of worry, and to focus on what truly matters. Think about the power of seeing your own thoughts on paper. What once felt overwhelming, intangible, and heavy becomes tangible, manageable, and actionable. Your ideas begin to take shape. Your fears lose their grip. The worries that used to steal your energy now become points of insight, moments to learn and grow. Research shows that journaling improves emotional clarity, boosts creativity, and strengthens problem-solving abilities. But beyond science, there is a deeper, more primal benefit. Writing connects you to yourself. It forces honesty. It forces reflection. It forces presence. And in the stillness of 3 and 4 in the morning, presence is the most powerful state you can achieve. Let your hand move freely without judgment or editing. Write down your goals, your worries, your gratitude, your ideas, your plans. Let each word anchor you in your own truth. This practice is not about perfection. It is about expression, alignment, and release. With every sentence, you untangle confusion, sharpen focus, and ignite the drive to act. Each line becomes a declaration: I see my path. I understand my mind. I am capable of what I intend to do. As you journal, notice how your energy shifts. The scattered tension in your mind begins to settle. Clarity emerges where there was once doubt. Your intuition speaks more loudly. You begin to recognize patterns, uncover solutions, and feel the confidence that comes from knowing yourself deeply. This act of writing is not passive. It is an assertion of control, a reclaiming of your time, your mind, and your potential. It transforms the quiet hours into a powerful engine of growth and momentum. The emotional reward of journaling in this sacred time is profound. You feel lighter, stronger, and more focused. You are no longer carried by habit, circumstance, or fear. You are intentional, deliberate, and awake. The words on the page serve as a roadmap, guiding your actions, sharpening your decisions, and reinforcing the belief that you are fully capable of shaping your day, your goals, and ultimately your life. By committing your thoughts to paper in these hours, you are investing in yourself in a way few ever do. You are turning silence into action, stillness into progress, and potential into reality. Every line written strengthens your mind, hones your focus, and empowers your spirit. This is not just journaling, it is the foundation of transformation. It is the moment where dreams begin to align with action, where clarity fuels courage, and where your most authentic, capable self begins to emerge. You are awake, aware, and fully engaged, and through the simple act of writing, you are shaping the life you were always meant to live. Now feel your body and recognize the energy that courses through it, waiting to be awakened. Movement is not just physical, it is the signal that your mind and spirit are alive, that you are ready to act, and that you refuse to be passive in the face of life's challenges. In these quiet hours, when the world is still and nothing demands your attention, your body craves motion. Stretch, breathe deeply, sway, walk, whatever brings your energy into alignment with your intention. The simple act of moving ignites dopamine, heightens focus, and awakens clarity. It is the bridge between thought and action, between vision and execution. Notice how stillness can sometimes trap energy in the mind, creating tension, anxiety, or hesitation. Motion releases it. Every stretch, every step, every deliberate movement communicates to your body and brain that you are awake, that you are alive, and that you are choosing to engage fully with this moment. Science proves that physical activity enhances cognitive function, sharpens problem solving, and elevates mood. But beyond science, there is a profound emotional truth. When your body moves with intention, your mind follows. The sluggishness of doubt, fear, and hesitation melts away. You become present. You become energized. You become unstoppable. Let your movement be purposeful, small or grand. It does not matter. Each action, each breath, each controlled motion reinforces a message to yourself: I am in control. I am awake. I am capable. Your body is the first instrument of change you will ever possess. When it is aligned with your mind, clarity becomes effortless. Courage becomes natural. Action becomes inevitable. Every stretch, every bend, every pulse of energy fuels the momentum that will carry you through the day and set the foundation for the life you are building. Pay attention to how your energy shifts as you move. The tightness in your chest softens. Your mind feels sharper. Ideas that were hazy begin to crystallize. This is not merely exercise. It is activation. It is the declaration that you will not be paralyzed by fear or uncertainty, that you will not wait for permission or the right conditions. You are choosing action now, while the world sleeps, and this choice resonates deeply in your mind and spirit. Every small movement compounds into confidence, every controlled breath builds resilience, and every moment of awareness reinforces your ability to shape reality instead of being shaped by it. The emotional reward of movement is immediate and profound. You feel alive, capable, and present. Your body is no longer a passive vessel. It is an active participant in your growth. Your mind becomes clearer, your focus sharper, and your motivation stronger. This is how power is cultivated in silence, in stillness, and through action. When you commit to moving your body in these early hours, you are sending a message to yourself and to the world. You will rise above limitation. You will harness your energy, and you will act with clarity and intention. Every moment of motion, every intentional breath, every awareness of your body aligns you with your potential. This is how momentum begins. This is how courage grows. This is how you transform quiet hours into an unstoppable force of energy, clarity, and purpose. You are awake, you are moving, and with every motion, you are stepping closer to the life you were meant to live. Your body is alive, your mind is awake, and your potential is undeniable. Now let your mind take shape around the life you want to create. Visualization is more than imagining. It is training your brain to see, feel, and step into your potential before the world even stirs. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and picture yourself moving through your day with clarity, purpose, and unstoppable energy. See the goals you have longed for, not as distant fantasies, but as tangible realities that are within your reach. Feel the emotions that come with achieving them, the pride, the confidence, the exhilaration of action, completed with precision and intention. This is not wishful thinking, it is neurological preparation. Your brain cannot distinguish between vividly imagined success and physical experience, and each moment spent in deliberate visualization strengthens the pathways that make action more natural, more effortless, and more inevitable. Picture yourself facing challenges calmly, decisively, and courageously. Feel the clarity of your thoughts and the confidence of your choices. Imagine every step you take aligning perfectly with your values and your deepest aspirations. Visualization is the rehearsal of life at its highest level. When you see yourself succeeding, your brain begins to accept that success as possible. Your mind begins to align with opportunity rather than limitation, with growth rather than fear, with action rather than hesitation. This quiet hour, untouched by the distractions of the day, is the perfect environment for this powerful mental work. Let yourself feel the energy in your body as your mind envisions achievement. Notice the tension that dissolves, the focus that sharpens, and the motivation that rises. Each image, each emotion, each sense of accomplishment prepares you to act. You are no longer waiting for conditions to be perfect. You are no longer hoping for inspiration to strike. You are creating the conditions yourself, inside your mind, inside your body, inside your very being. This is the preparation that guarantees action, clarity, and momentum when the world awakens. Understand that visualization is not passive, it is active training. Every detail you imagine, the sound, the sensation, the confidence, reinforces neural pathways that guide real-world performance. Your subconscious begins to work for you, solving problems, generating ideas, and creating a roadmap for success that feels almost effortless. The emotional power of this practice cannot be overstated. You are programming your mind to notice opportunities, to respond with courage, and to act with precision. You are awakening the part of yourself that refuses to settle for mediocrity, that insists on achieving, that thrives on clarity and purpose. As you visualize, feel a sense of inevitability rising within you. Success is not a distant possibility. It is a natural result of the alignment you are creating. Every breath, every mental image, every surge of focus strengthens your readiness. You are not just dreaming. You are rehearsing, you are preparing, you are commanding your mind to act in harmony with your highest potential. The world may still be asleep, but you are already moving in alignment with your vision, shaping your reality before it even arrives. The emotional reward is profound. You feel empowered, capable, and confident. Your mind is clear, your intentions are sharp, and your purpose is undeniable. Visualization transforms fear into focus, hesitation into momentum, and possibility into certainty. In these quiet hours, you are not simply imagining a better life, you are creating it. You are awake, aware, and fully aligned with the life you're born to live. And every image, every thought, every feeling you cultivate now brings you closer to that reality, unstoppable and fully prepared to step into your destiny. Now, take that vision and shape it into action. Planning is not a mere list of tasks. It is the framework that turns possibility into reality. In these quiet hours, your mind is sharp, your focus is undistracted, and your energy is pure. Use it to decide clearly and deliberately what matters most today. Identify the one action that will move you closer to your goals, the step that has the highest impact, the choice that aligns with your purpose. Planning in the stillness of early morning is not about busyness. It is about mastery. It is about taking control of your day before the day tries to control you. Every decision you make in these hours carries weight because you are deliberate. You are not reacting to urgency. You are creating priority. The clarity you have cultivated through awareness, gratitude, journaling, movement, and visualization now channels into precision. You can see what must be done, and more importantly, why it must be done. Your focus becomes a laser, cutting through distraction, doubt, and hesitation. This is the power of planning in alignment with your highest potential, the ability to act with intention and certainty while the world still sleeps, while most are caught in autopilot, while most minds are clouded by noise. Feel the strength that comes from having a clear plan. Every detail you write, every task you prioritize, every goal you outline reinforces your confidence. Your mind recognizes structure, and structure fuels action. When you plan deliberately, you are no longer a passenger in your own life. You are the driver, navigating with purpose, clarity, and determination. Each decision made now compounds throughout the day, turning small wins into momentum and momentum into unstoppable progress. The psychological reward is immediate, focus sharpens, anxiety diminishes, and the energy that comes from certainty propels you forward. Understand that planning is not rigid control, it is liberation. It frees your mind from chaos and distraction by creating a roadmap that directs your energy efficiently. You are not overwhelmed by choices because you have already made them consciously. You are not trapped by indecision because clarity has already been established. Planning is the bridge between intention and action, the blueprint that ensures your energy and focus produce tangible results. In these early hours, this bridge is strongest because you are fully present, fully awake, and fully committed to aligning your mind, body, and spirit with your purpose. Let yourself feel the emotional power of this clarity. Your mind is no longer scattered. Your purpose is not hidden. You know what must be done, and you are prepared to execute. The calm confidence that comes from deliberate planning allows you to approach the day with courage, resilience, and momentum. Every decision you make now, every priority you set, every task you outline, strengthens your ability to act decisively, consistently, and with unwavering focus. You are taking the first step not just toward completing your day, but toward shaping the life you envision, moment by moment, action by action. By committing to deliberate planning in this sacred, quiet window of time, you are investing in yourself in the most profound way possible. You are transforming stillness into momentum, clarity into confidence, and vision into action. You are awake, you are aware, and you are fully prepared. Every plan, every intentional step, every moment of focus builds the foundation for the life you are capable of achieving. You are not waiting for the world to dictate your day. You are leading it, commanding it, and creating your future with purpose, power, and unwavering resolve. Now, understand the extraordinary science behind this hour and why it matters so profoundly. Between 3 and 5 in the morning, your brain is operating in a state that few ever experience consciously. The world is silent, and your mind is open. Your body is resting, yet your consciousness is alert. Neurochemistry, circadian rhythms, and heightened intuition converge in this space, creating a mental environment where insight, creativity, and clarity flourish. This is why solutions come easier in the quiet, why ideas appear out of nowhere, and why your ability to focus without distraction is unparalleled. You are not awake by accident. You are awake at a time that amplifies your potential. This is the hour when your subconscious speaks most clearly. Thoughts that are buried during the noise of the day rise to the surface. Patterns you have ignored become visible. Truths you have avoided present themselves with undeniable clarity. Most people miss this because they panic, scroll, or try to force sleep. But you, by choosing presence, by cultivating awareness, are accessing a state of mind that is fertile, receptive, and infinitely powerful. This is the secret advantage of early rising. You can hear the quiet, see the unseen, and act on insight before the world even begins to stir. Notice how your body and mind respond to this stillness. Your senses are sharper. Your mind processes with precision. Your emotional state is clearer. This is not coincidence. It is the alignment of biology and consciousness, a window that allows you to act with wisdom rather than reaction. Every thought you focus on now has disproportionate influence on your actions throughout the day. Every moment of calm, deliberate presence strengthens your neural pathways for creativity, problem solving, and confidence. This hour is not empty. It is charged with opportunity. The emotional reward of understanding this science is profound. You feel empowered, knowing that what you are doing is backed by the very mechanisms of your mind and body. You are no longer at the mercy of fatigue, distraction, or stress. You are operating in peak condition, fully aware that the stillness you occupy is a strategic advantage. This is not luck. This is leverage. You are taking control of the conditions that allow clarity, intuition, and purpose to dominate your choices. Feel the depth of this moment. Most people are asleep, lost in dreams or worry. You are awake, alive, and alert. You are positioned to see solutions, to notice opportunities, and to take deliberate action before anyone else even realizes the day has begun. Every insight you gain, every clarity you feel, is a step toward mastery of your mind, mastery of your emotions, and mastery of your life. You are learning to use time not just as a measure, but as a tool, as leverage, as power. By embracing the science of this hour, you are claiming a rare advantage. You are using your biology, your mind, and your awareness as instruments of transformation. The quiet is not emptiness, it is a canvas. The stillness is not stagnation, it is acceleration. Every moment you spend fully present now amplifies your creativity, your clarity, and your courage. You are awake, fully aligned, and harnessing the peak potential of your mind in a way most will never experience. You are using this sacred window to shape not just a day, but a life defined by intention, insight, and unstoppable momentum. Now embrace the courage that lives in this quiet hour. Being awake while the world sleeps is not comfortable, and that discomfort is exactly where growth begins. Most people fear stillness because it forces them to face themselves, the doubts, the insecurities, the unspoken truths that shape their decisions. But courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is noticing it, naming it, and choosing to act anyway. Every moment you spend awake, fully present, while others are hidden in sleep is an act of bravery. It is a declaration that you will not be controlled by fear, hesitation, or the expectations of others. Feel the power of standing alone with your mind. Solitude magnifies your inner voice, and that voice is capable of guiding you to clarity, focus, and decisive action. The quiet amplifies your intuition, your insight, and your inner strength. When you confront your thoughts without distraction, you begin to see patterns you once ignored, opportunities you once missed, and truths you once avoided. Courage grows in these spaces because you are training yourself to act despite uncertainty, to move despite discomfort, and to rise despite the absence of external validation. Notice the way your heart and mind respond to intentional courage. The tension of doubt softens. The hesitation that once held you back dissolves. Each deliberate choice to engage with your thoughts, your goals, and your potential strengthens resilience and sharpens focus. Psychological studies show that Repeated exposure to controlled discomfort, moments when you confront fear and act anyway, trains the brain to respond with confidence and clarity in future challenges. You are creating that resilience now, in the silence, in the hours that most people waste or fear. Let the emotional power of this courage sink in. You are awake while others are asleep, and in this act alone, you are claiming ownership of your life. You are stepping into a space where clarity outweighs confusion, where action outweighs inaction, and where strength outweighs doubt. Each breath, each moment of presence, each decision to face yourself directly reinforces the message that you are capable, you are strong, and you are ready. Fear may whisper, but your courage shouts louder. Imagine what it means to operate from this place every day. The clarity and confidence you cultivate in the early hours carry through every interaction, every decision, every goal. The courage you practice now becomes the foundation of unstoppable momentum. You are no longer waiting for the right moment, the right conditions, or external approval. You are creating the conditions, defining the moment, and acting from a position of undeniable strength. By fully embracing courage in this sacred window of time, you are doing more than surviving the day. You are mastering yourself. You are turning stillness into strength, fear into action, and quiet into a launch pad for unstoppable growth. Every second, you remain fully awake, fully present, and fully courageous shapes the trajectory of your life. You are no longer bound by hesitation. You are no longer limited by fear. You are awake, aware, and empowered. You are courage itself, moving deliberately, acting decisively, and stepping boldly toward the life you were always meant to claim. Now pay attention to the voice you speak to yourself in this quiet hour. Your inner dialogue is the foundation of your confidence, your courage, and your ability to act. Most people allow self-doubt, criticism, and fear to dominate their thoughts, unconsciously repeating phrases that limit, constrain, and paralyze them. But here, in the stillness of 3 and 4 in the morning, you have the power to rewrite that script. Speak to yourself with clarity, with encouragement, with unshakable belief. Every word you internalize shapes your perception, your decisions, and ultimately your reality. Feel the impact of words spoken with intention. Saying to yourself, "I am capable, I am ready, I will act," is not empty repetition. It is a neurological command that strengthens pathways of confidence, resilience, and decisive action. The subconscious mind absorbs these affirmations more profoundly in the stillness, where external noise is absent and the mind is more receptive. Every phrase you repeat becomes a seed, rooting itself in your thoughts, influencing how you respond, how you move, and how you pursue your goals throughout the day. This is the quiet power of self-talk, the ability to shape your identity and your outcomes from the inside out. Notice how your body responds to positive, empowering language. Your chest feels lighter, your mind sharper, your focus clearer. This is not coincidence. Words have power, thoughts have power, and in the absence of distraction, the affirmations you feed yourself take root faster, deeper, and more effectively. You are rewiring your mind to resist fear, to see opportunities, and to act decisively. You are replacing hesitation with momentum, insecurity with confidence, and doubt with certainty. Every affirmation, every deliberate phrase is an act of courage. It is standing firmly in your own potential, refusing to let old patterns, past failures, or external judgments define you. It is claiming control over your mind and, by extension, your life. By choosing empowering self-talk, you are creating a feedback loop of confidence and focus. You are teaching your mind to notice possibilities instead of obstacles, to respond with clarity instead of fear, and to pursue goals with relentless intention. Feel the emotional weight of this practice. You are no longer a passive observer of your own thoughts. You are the author, the creator, the commander of your inner world. The words you speak now carry through every decision, every action, every interaction. They influence the way you approach challenges, the way you engage with people, and the way you step toward your ambitions. This is how self-mastery begins, in the quiet, in the moments when no one else is watching, when you choose to rise above self-doubt and speak power, possibility, and strength into existence. By consciously directing your inner dialogue in these early hours, You are building a mind that refuses to settle for mediocrity. You are cultivating clarity, courage, and resilience that will guide every move you make. You are turning silence into a launch pad for unstoppable momentum. You are awake, aware, and fully in control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your destiny. Every word you say to yourself now is a declaration that you are capable, that you are powerful, and that you will act decisively to create the life you were always meant to live. Now, feel the power of small wins and understand how they shape the trajectory of your entire day. Momentum is built not in grand gestures, but in deliberate, consistent actions that accumulate over time. Each small step you take in this quiet hour, writing a line in your journal, stretching your body, focusing your thoughts, or visualizing your goals, is a victory. It may seem insignificant in isolation, but each action compounds, creating energy that carries forward, reinforcing confidence, clarity, and determination. Success is the result of these micro moments multiplied, not waiting for perfection or external validation. Notice how accomplishing even the smallest task shifts your energy. The mental resistance that once held you back begins to dissolve. Doubts lose their grip, fear diminishes. Each win, no matter how minor it seems, signals to your brain that you are capable, that you are moving, and that action produces results. This is the psychological principle of momentum. Movement creates motivation. Motivation produces action. Action generates more movement, and before long, what began as a single small step grows into unstoppable progress. Understand that small wins are also the antidote to overwhelm. Life feels heavy when you focus on everything at once, when the mind races ahead to all the tasks, all the decisions, all the uncertainty. But when you concentrate on a single deliberate action, accomplished with awareness and intention, you regain control. Your brain experiences clarity. Your nervous system relaxes. Your emotional state stabilizes. Each completed step reinforces your sense of agency, teaching your mind and body that you can act with precision, intention, and effectiveness. Feel the emotional impact of this realization. Each small win is proof that you are capable of more than you believed. Each completed action, each moment of focused attention builds confidence, resilience, and courage. Momentum is not a future event. It is something you generate now, consciously, intentionally, in the stillness of these early hours. This is the advantage of waking up while the world sleeps. You can cultivate progress, clarity, and action before distraction, doubt, or external noise has a chance to interfere. Every choice to act, every task you complete is a signal to yourself and your subconscious that you are moving in alignment with your goals. Your mind begins to anticipate success. Your energy rises. Your confidence grows. This compounding effect transforms hesitation into decisiveness, fear into courage, and intention into achievement. What feels small now has the potential to become the engine of your greatest accomplishments. By embracing small wins in the sacred hours between 3 and 5 in the morning, you are creating a foundation for unstoppable momentum. You are training your brain, body, and emotions to respond to action, not doubt, to respond to opportunity, not limitation, to respond to clarity, not distraction. Every deliberate step, no matter how minor, propels you forward. You are awake, fully present, and generating energy that will carry you through the day, through challenges, and toward the life you have always imagined. Every small victory now compounds into unstoppable power, and you are building it with conscious, unwavering intention. Now, anchor yourself in the power of focus. In the quiet hours, your mind is a lens free from distraction, capable of penetrating the noise that clouds most people's days. Focus is not just attention. It is the ability to direct your energy, thoughts, and intentions toward what truly matters without compromise. Every distraction avoided, every moment spent deliberately, strengthens your capacity to achieve clarity and act decisively. Focus in this hour is amplified because the world is asleep, and your mind can operate at peak efficiency, unburdened by external chaos or unnecessary stimuli. Notice how deliberate focus sharpens your thinking. When you commit fully to a single intention or task, Your brain releases neurochemicals that enhance concentration, memory, and problem solving. The act of choosing what to prioritize and giving it your full attention creates a feedback loop of momentum. Each completed focus session reinforces your confidence, your clarity, and your capacity to make meaningful decisions. In these early hours, focus is a superpower. You are not merely awake. You are alive in purpose, precision, and potential. Feel the emotional weight of focus. When your mind is clear, when your energy is concentrated, hesitation loses its hold. Anxiety diminishes, fear retreats. You become fully capable of seeing opportunities, responding to challenges, and taking action that aligns with your deepest goals. The discipline of attention creates freedom, the freedom to act without doubt, to move with confidence, and to pursue your ambitions with unstoppable momentum. Focus is the foundation upon which all achievement is built, and here in this sacred hour, you are cultivating it at its peak. Understand that focus is not rigid or forceful. It is deliberate, attentive, and intentional. It allows your mind to flow with clarity rather than scatter into confusion. It strengthens your ability to resist distraction, to overcome fatigue, and to remain present in every action you take. Each moment spent focusing now compounds into a life where decisions are sharper, actions are more powerful, and results are magnified. This is how ordinary hours become extraordinary when approached with precision and purpose. Notice how your body responds to mental clarity. Your energy stabilizes, your breathing becomes steady, and your thoughts organize naturally. Focus aligns your mind with your intentions, creating a rhythm of efficiency, courage, and resolve. This alignment transforms potential into action. What once seemed overwhelming or uncertain now feels attainable. You are not wandering through your day aimlessly. You are moving with strategy, with confidence, and with undeniable power. By harnessing the power of focus in these early hours, you are building more than a productive morning. You are building a life defined by deliberate action, clarity, and impact. Each moment spent fully present strengthens your ability to act with precision, resilience, and courage. You are awake, alert, and fully in command of your mind. Your focus is not just a tool, it is a force that will shape every decision, every action, and every achievement. You are training yourself to see clearly, think deeply, and move decisively. You are alive in purpose, unstoppable in momentum, and fully capable of achieving the extraordinary life you are meant to create. Now feel the strength of discipline as it rises within you. Discipline is not punishment, it is the power to act in alignment with your goals, even when comfort, distraction, or doubt beckon. In this quiet hour, while the world is asleep, you have the rare opportunity to cultivate discipline without interference. Every deliberate choice you make, whether to stay awake, to focus, to move, to write, to visualize, is a demonstration of control over yourself and your future. Discipline is the bridge between intention and reality, and here in the stillness, that bridge is being built moment by moment. Notice how discipline feels in your mind and body. It is steady, it is calm, it is deliberate. Each action taken with conscious intention reinforces the neural pathways of self-mastery, training your brain to respond with consistency and resilience. The small acts of discipline you practice now compound, creating momentum that carries through your entire day and ultimately through your life. When the world awakens and distractions surge, your discipline, forged in quiet, acts as a shield and a compass, keeping your energy, focus, and intention aligned with what truly matters. Understand that discipline is fueled by choice, not obligation. You are not being forced, you are choosing. Every conscious decision in these early hours, whether to engage with your mind, body, or spirit, strengthens your capacity to act decisively, confidently, and consistently. This is the quiet power of early rising. You are creating the conditions for success before the world has even started to demand anything of you. Discipline becomes not an external imposition, but an internal advantage, an engine that turns intention into action and action into progress. Feel the emotional resonance of this practice. Discipline produces confidence. It produces clarity. It produces freedom. The more you act in alignment with your purpose, the more your mind trusts itself, the more your energy flows with momentum, and the more fear and hesitation dissolve. This is how extraordinary individuals rise ahead of the masses, not because they are luckier, smarter, or faster, but because they have mastered themselves in moments when the world is silent, still, and waiting to be shaped by action. Every choice to act deliberately in this sacred hour is a signal to your subconscious that you are capable of consistency, of follow-through, and of achieving what others deem impossible. Discipline trains your mind to focus on what matters, to resist what does not, and to persist regardless of discomfort or uncertainty. Each deliberate action becomes a micro-victory, strengthening your resilience and reinforcing your belief in your own capability. By embracing discipline while others sleep, you are claiming a rare advantage. You are turning quiet moments into a foundation for unstoppable momentum. You are training your mind, body, and spirit to act with purpose, precision, and unwavering resolve. You are awake, aware, and fully engaged in the deliberate creation of your life. Each choice, each act of discipline, each moment of presence builds an unshakable framework for success. You are not just preparing for the day, you are preparing for greatness. Your discipline in this hour is the engine that will propel you to achieve the extraordinary life you were always meant to live. Now, recognize the power of intention in every action you take. Intention is not just a vague wish or a fleeting thought. It is a deliberate alignment of your mind, body, and energy toward a specific purpose. In this quiet hour, your intentions are amplified, unclouded by the noise, distraction, or demands of the day. Every decision you make now, every action taken with awareness, carries more weight, more clarity, and more impact. Intention is the force that turns effort into results, focus into achievement, and potential into reality. Feel the strength that comes from acting with clear intention. When your mind is aligned with purpose, hesitation dissolves, distractions fade, and your energy channels directly into meaningful action. The early hours offer the perfect environment to set intentions because your mind is alert, your focus is sharp, and your awareness is unbroken. You are not merely drifting through your day reacting to circumstance. You are shaping it, directing it, commanding it with precision and clarity. Each deliberate intention becomes a guiding light, leading every choice, every thought, and every movement toward the life you desire. Notice how your body and mind respond when intention guides action. Breathing slows, focus deepens, and energy stabilizes. There is a sense of calm power that comes from knowing exactly why you are doing what you are doing, and that clarity produces momentum. Your mind is no longer scattered, your heart no longer doubts, and your spirit rises with confidence. Intention transforms routine activity into powerful creation. Every movement, every thought, every breath becomes a declaration that you are awake, you are aware, and you are fully engaged in building the life you want. Understand that intention is more than planning or visualization. It is the conscious integration of purpose with action. Every goal you set, every priority you choose, every step you take in alignment with that goal becomes a reinforcement of your potential. Neuroscience shows that intentional action strengthens neural pathways, improves decision-making, and increases motivation. In these sacred hours, the brain is primed to internalize these patterns, creating a foundation for consistent, powerful action that continues throughout the day. Feel the emotional impact of setting and acting from intention. Confidence grows, fear diminishes, and clarity becomes your default state. Each deliberate action becomes a micro moment of power, reinforcing your ability to act decisively in the world. The momentum you cultivate now compounds, shaping not just your day but your life. Every choice, aligned with intention, is a victory over distraction, hesitation, and uncertainty. It is proof that you are capable of clarity, capable of focus, and capable of achieving what most people never even attempt. By embracing intention in these quiet hours, you are creating more than a productive morning. You are building a life of purpose, precision, and impact. Every deliberate thought, every conscious action, Every mindful decision strengthens the alignment between your mind, your body, and your goals. You are awake, fully present, and fully committed to shaping your reality. Intention is no longer abstract. It is your power, your guide, and your path. You are creating, moving, and acting with unstoppable clarity, transforming quiet hours into the engine of your greatest achievements and the foundation of the extraordinary life you were always meant to live. Now, embrace the power of reflection in this sacred hour. Reflection is not dwelling on the past. It is the conscious examination of your thoughts, choices, and actions to understand what serves you and what holds you back. In the quiet between 3 and 5 in the morning, reflection becomes a tool of immense clarity and growth. Your mind is free from external demands, your emotions are more accessible, and your awareness is heightened. Each insight gained, each pattern recognized, and each lesson acknowledged strengthens your ability to act with purpose, focus, and resilience throughout the day. Feel the depth of understanding that comes from true reflection. When you examine your actions and intentions without judgment, you illuminate the decisions that have propelled you forward and the habits that have restrained you. Reflection creates awareness, and awareness is the precursor to mastery. The early hours magnify this effect because the distractions of the world are absent. You can see your life with precision, identify where alignment exists, and uncover where adjustments are needed. This clarity fuels momentum, transforming insight into decisive, intentional action. Notice how reflection affects your energy. By acknowledging accomplishments, no matter how small, you reinforce confidence and motivation. By recognizing mistakes or unproductive patterns, you gain the power to change them before they solidify. This process is not about criticism. It is about empowerment. Every observation you make, every insight you gather, acts as a catalyst for growth. Reflection in these quiet hours allows you to course correct, refine your strategies, and prepare your mind and body to operate at peak performance when the world awakens. Understand the emotional power of this practice. Reflection builds self-trust, resilience, and accountability. When you take the time to honestly assess yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of improvement, capable of change, and capable of achieving your goals. You move from a reactive state to a proactive state. Your mind stops being a passive observer of life and becomes a deliberate force of creation. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstance or habit. You are in command of your trajectory. Each insight gained in reflection becomes a tool for action. You begin to notice patterns that previously went unnoticed, opportunities that were overlooked, and strengths that were underutilized. Your decisions become more intentional, your focus sharper, and your energy more aligned with your highest priorities. The psychological impact is profound. Reflection reinforces executive function, strengthens self-awareness, and enhances problem-solving abilities.